You made 47 decisions before you even got to work this morning. But here's the thing, you probably only consciously made about 15 of them. The rest? Artificial intelligence made them for you. Your alarm clock's wake-up time optimized for your sleep cycle. Your commute route calculated around real-time traffic. Your morning newsfeed curated by algorithms that know you better than your best friend. Welcome to 2025, where AI isn't coming, it's already here. And it's fundamentally changing what it means to be human. I'm Summer, and today on the Duke Tyner podcast, we're diving deep into the AI revolution. The numbers, the innovations, the fears, and the extraordinary future being built right now. Let's talk about artificial intelligence, the invisible decision maker. Let's start with a stat that should make you pause and think. Artificial intelligence is already making 68% of the decisions you encounter in your daily life. Think about that. More than 2/3 of the choices affecting your day aren't being made by you or even by other humans. They're being made by algorithms. Your GPS route to work? AI analyzed millions of data points about traffic patterns, accidents, construction, and historical trends to determine the fastest path. Price you see when shopping online? AI dynamically adjusted it based on demand, your browsing history, competitor pricing, and predicted willingness to pay. Your medical diagnosis at the doctor's office? Increasingly, AI is analyzing your symptoms, cross-referencing millions of medical cases, and suggesting the most likely conditions. Even your credit card approval or denial. AI risk assessment models made that call in milliseconds. Now here's the question, is this good or bad? The answer is complicated. 'Cause AI decision-making isn't inherently good or evil. It's a tool. And like any tool, it depends on how it's designed, who controls it, and what values are embedded in it. But one thing is certain, we can't ignore it anymore. AI isn't the future. It's the present. And understanding how it works is now as essential as understanding how money works or how democracy works. From fear to acceptance, the workplace transformation. When AI first started appearing in workplaces, people were terrified. And honestly, that fear was justified. Nobody wants to be replaced by a machine. Nobody wants to lose their livelihood to an algorithm. The stats showed it. 72% of people said they were initially worried about AI in their workplace. That's nearly 3/4 of workers feeling anxious, threatened, and uncertain about their future. But here's where it gets interesting. For 6 months of actually using AI in their jobs, that worry dropped to just 31%. That's a massive shift. From 72% worried to 31% worried. Why? Because people discovered something crucial. AI wasn't replacing them. It was assisting them. Think about it like this. When calculators were introduced, accountants didn't become obsolete. They became more efficient. They stopped doing tedious arithmetic by hand and started focusing on analysis, strategy, and interpretation. AI is doing the same thing across industries. Customer service reps aren't losing jobs to chatbots. They're handling the complex, emotionally sensitive cases while AI handles the routine questions. Radiologists aren't being replaced by diagnostic AI. They're using AI to catch details they might have missed and spending more time on difficult cases. Writers aren't being replaced by AI content generators. They're using AI to research faster, brainstorm ideas, and edit more efficiently, then applying their creativity and judgment to craft the final product. Pattern is clear. AI handles repetitive, data-heavy tasks. Humans handle judgment, creativity, and emotional intelligence. And workers who were initially terrified are discovering that working with AI actually makes their jobs more interesting, less tedious, and often more fulfilling. AI in agriculture, the million expert farmers. Now let's talk about a place you might not expect to find cutting-edge AI, the farm. Agriculture seems like the last place that would be transformed by artificial intelligence. I mean, it's dirt, seeds, water, and sun, right? How high-tech can that get? Turns out very high-tech. AI-powered agricultural systems have increased crop yields by up to 30% while reducing water usage by 25%. Let me repeat that. More food, less water, better outcomes. How is this possible? Imagine having 1 million expert farmers watching every single plant in your field 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Each one monitoring soil moisture, nutrient levels, pest activity, weather patterns, and growth rates. That's essentially what AI does. Sensors in the field collect real-time data on thousands of variables. Satellite imagery tracks crop health from space. Machine learning algorithms analyze all this data and make micro-decisions. This section needs more water. That section has a nitrogen deficiency. These plants are showing early signs of disease. Then automated systems respond, adjusting irrigation, applying targeted fertilizers, deploying pest countermeasures, all with surgical precision. The result? Farmers are producing more food with fewer resources. In a world facing climate change and a growing population, that's not just innovation, that's survival. And here's the beautiful part. This technology is increasingly accessible. Small-scale farmers in developing nations are using AI-powered smartphone apps to diagnose crop diseases, optimize planting schedules, and connect with markets. In rural India, there's a project using AI diagnostics that has helped over 100,000 farmers increase their income by an average of 43%. That's life-changing. That's families lifted out of poverty. That's children going to school instead of working in fields. AI isn't just about Silicon Valley tech companies. It's about feeding the world more sustainably and helping farmers everywhere thrive. The job displacement myth. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. The fear that keeps people up at night. AI is going to take all our jobs. And look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, AI will eliminate jobs. The latest economic projections suggest AI will eliminate about 85 million jobs by 2025. 85 million. That's not a small number. That's entire industries being disrupted. That's people who will need to retrain, adapt, and find new paths. But here's the kicker. AI is expected to create 97 million new jobs. Let me say that again. 97 million new jobs created. That's 12 million more jobs than are eliminated. Now, before you breathe a sigh of relief, let's be honest, this isn't a simple one-to-one replacement. Person who loses a manufacturing job to automation doesn't automatically get hired as an AI ethics officer. Transition is hard. Retraining is hard. Displacement is painful. But history shows us this pattern over and over. The Industrial Revolution eliminated countless agricultural jobs and created millions of factory jobs. The Digital Revolution eliminated typist and switchboard operator jobs and created millions of tech jobs. The AI revolution is following the same pattern. And the jobs being created? They're often better jobs. Studies show AI-related roles are paying an average of 35% more than traditional positions. We're seeing entirely new fields emerge. AI ethics officers, making sure AI systems are fair, transparent, and aligned with human values. Data bias auditors, identifying and correcting prejudices in AI algorithms. Human-AI collaboration specialists, designing workflows where humans and AI work together seamlessly. AI trainers, teaching AI systems to understand context, nuance, and domain-specific knowledge. Explainable AI developers, making sure AI decisions can be understood and justified. These roles didn't exist 5 years ago. Now they're among the fastest-growing, highest-paying positions in the economy. Key is adaptation. Key is education. Key is developing what experts call AI literacy, not necessarily learning to code, but understanding how to work with AI effectively. Companies that have invested in this training have seen productivity increases of up to 40%. 40%. That's not marginal improvement. That's transformation. Healthcare where AI saves lives. Let's talk about something deeply personal, your health. Because this is where AI is having some of the most profound impacts, and where the stakes couldn't be higher. AI systems are now detecting certain types of cancer with 95% accuracy. Compare that to human doctors alone, who average about 88% accuracy. Now, 88% is good. Doctors are highly skilled professionals who train for years. But when you're talking about cancer, when you're talking about life and death, every percentage point matters. A 7-point increase in accuracy means thousands of lives saved. It means cancers caught earlier when they're more treatable. It means fewer false positives causing unnecessary anxiety in procedures. But here's where it gets really interesting. When AI systems and human doctors work together, when you combine the pattern recognition of AI with the contextual judgment of experienced physicians, accuracy jumps to nearly 99%. Think about that. AI alone, 95%. Humans alone, 88%. But working together, 99%. That's the power of collaboration. That's the future. AI processes millions of medical images, identifying patterns too subtle for human eyes. But it can't understand the patient's full medical history, their lifestyle, their fears, their quality of life concerns. The doctor brings empathy, holistic thinking, and the ability to have nuanced conversations with patients about their values and priorities. Together, they're nearly perfect. And this isn't just about cancer detection. AI is being used to predict heart attacks before they happen by analyzing subtle changes in vital signs, personalize drug treatments based on individual genetic profiles, accelerate drug discovery by simulating millions of molecular combinations, manage hospital resources to reduce wait times and improve care. In short, AI is saving lives. Right now. Today. And as these systems become more sophisticated and more widely deployed, the number of lives saved will only increase. Education, personalized learning at scale. Every teacher knows the frustration. You've got 30 students in a classroom and they all learn differently. Some are visual learners. Some need hands-on practice. Some grasp concepts immediately. Others need more time and repetition. But traditional education is one size fits all. One teacher, one lesson plan, one pace. AI is changing that fundamentally. Some of the most innovative educational programs are using AI to analyze how individual students learn, then adapting teaching methods in real time to match each student's needs. Early results show a 40% improvement in comprehension rates. 40%. That's the difference between a struggling student and a thriving one. Here's how it works. As a student interacts with educational software, AI tracks everything: which problems they get wrong, how long they spend on each concept, which explanations resonate, which examples confuse them. The system builds a detailed profile. This student learns math better through story problems than abstract equations. They need visual diagrams for geometry. They tend to rush through reading and miss details. Then the AI adapts the curriculum in real time, provides more story-based math problems. It offers additional visual aids, prompts the student to slow down and reread passages. It's like having a personal tutor for every student, something that was previously only available to the wealthy. And the cost? That's the really exciting part. Cost of implementing these AI education systems has dropped by 64% in the last 3 years. What was once only feasible for elite private schools is now accessible to public schools, under-resourced districts, and even students learning at home. This is equity through technology. This is leveling the playing field. This is giving every child, regardless of zip code or family income, access to personalized, adaptive, world-class education. And it's not replacing teachers, it's empowering them. Teachers can see exactly where each student is struggling and provide targeted help. They can spend less time on rote instruction and more time on mentorship, critical thinking, and creativity. Privacy and ethics, the critical safeguards. Okay, all of this sounds amazing. More accurate healthcare, personalized education, increased agricultural yields, new, better paying jobs. But I know what you're thinking. What about privacy? What about bias? What about control? These are absolutely critical questions, because AI without ethics is dangerous. AI without privacy protections is dystopian. AI without accountability is terrifying. So let's talk about the safeguards. New AI privacy protocols can now analyze data without ever storing personal information. Think about that. The AI can learn from your data, give you personalized recommendations, improve its performance, and then immediately forget everything about you. It's like having a consultant who can give you expert advice but has complete amnesia the moment you walk away. This is called federated learning and differential privacy, and it's one of the most important innovations in AI development. Your health data can help improve diagnostic AI without your personal medical records being stored in some database. Your shopping habits can help retailers optimize inventory without tracking your individual purchases. Your learning patterns can improve educational AI without creating a permanent file on you. Privacy and utility together. Then there's the bias question. Because AI learns from data, and if that data reflects human prejudices, the AI will replicate those prejudices. That's real. That's documented. That's a problem. But here's something that might surprise you. Studies show that AI-assisted decision-making in legal cases has reduced bias by 31%, particularly in areas where human prejudices tend to creep in. How is this possible if AI can be biased? Because unlike humans, AI bias can be detected, measured, and corrected. We're developing data bias auditors, people whose entire job is to scan AI systems for unfairness and fix it. We're creating diverse training datasets that better represent all populations. We're building transparency tools that show exactly why an AI made a particular decision. Can a human judge explain exactly why they sentenced one person to 5 years and another to 7? No. Unconscious biases, mood, recent cases, all influence the decision in ways even the judge doesn't fully understand. But an AI system? We can trace every factor that influenced the decision. We can test the system on thousands of hypothetical cases to detect patterns of unfairness. We can correct it. That doesn't mean AI is perfect. It means AI bias is fixable in ways human bias often isn't. And we're also developing robust AI ethics frameworks. Companies are hiring AI ethics officers. Governments are creating AI regulatory bodies. International organizations are establishing AI safety standards. Is it enough? Not yet. But the trajectory is positive. Augmented intelligence, the collaboration paradigm. I want to introduce you to a concept that completely reframes how we should think about AI. Augmented intelligence. Not artificial intelligence replacing human judgment. Augmented intelligence enhancing it. This is the paradigm shift we need to embrace. AI isn't your replacement. It's your research assistant, your data analyst, your pattern recognizer, your memory aid. Think about how you use Google. You don't think of Google as replacing your knowledge. You think of it as extending your knowledge. You can't memorize every fact, but you can look up anything in seconds. That's augmented intelligence. Now extend that concept to decision-making. You're trying to hire someone for your company. You've got 200 resumes. Traditionally, you'd spend hours reading through them, probably missing subtle patterns definitely influenced by unconscious biases. With augmented intelligence, an AI scans all 200 resumes in seconds, identifies the top candidates based on qualifications, flags potential concerns, and presents you with the 10 best matches, along with its reasoning. Then you decide. The AI didn't replace your judgment. Prepared the information so you can make a better informed decision faster. You're a doctor diagnosing a patient. Patient describes symptoms that could indicate several different conditions. Traditionally, you'd rely on your experience, your medical knowledge, and maybe consult with a colleague. With augmented intelligence, an AI cross-references the symptoms with millions of similar cases, highlights statistical probabilities, suggests tests you might not have considered, and flags rare conditions that match the pattern. Then you decide. The AI didn't replace your medical expertise. Gave you information that would take hours of research to gather, allowing you to make a more confident diagnosis. This is the future, humans and AI each doing what they do best. AI, processing vast amounts of data, identifying patterns, making calculations, working tirelessly 24/7. Humans, applying judgment, understanding context, weighing ethical considerations, making final decisions, providing empathy and creativity. Companies that have embraced this augmented intelligence model and invested in training their employees to work effectively with AI have seen productivity increases of up to 40%. That's not replacing workers. That's empowering them. The economic transformation. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. The economic transformation happening right now. By 2030, AI is expected to contribute $15.7 trillion to the global economy. To put that in perspective, that's more than the current combined economic output of China and India, the world's two most populous countries. $15.7 trillion represents new industries that don't exist yet, productivity gains across existing industries, cost savings from efficiency improvements, new consumer products and services, entire new categories of economic activity. This is transformation on a scale we've only seen a few times in human history. The agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, the digital revolution. We're living through the AI revolution. And just like those previous revolutions, it's going to be disruptive. It's going to be uncomfortable. There will be winners and losers. There will be people left behind if we're not intentional about education, retraining, and support systems. But the overall trajectory is clear: massive economic growth and human flourishing. More efficient healthcare means healthier, longer lives. Better education means more capable, empowered people. Increased agricultural productivity means less hunger and more environmental sustainability. New jobs and industries mean more opportunities. The question isn't whether AI will transform the economy. It's whether we'll manage that transformation wisely. Are we investing in education and retraining programs so displaced workers can transition to new roles? Are we building ethical frameworks to ensure AI benefits everyone, not just the wealthy and powerful? Are we developing regulations that encourage innovation while protecting people from harm? Are we having honest conversations about what kind of future we want to build? These are the questions that matter. 'Cause the technology itself is neutral. It's a tool. And like all tools, it can be used to build or to destroy, to empower or to exploit, to unite or to divide. Choice is ours. AI literacy, the new essential skill. So if AI is transforming everything, work, healthcare, education, agriculture, the economy, what do you need to know? What do you need to learn? The answer is AI literacy. Now, when I say AI literacy, I don't mean you need to become a data scientist. You don't need to learn Python or TensorFlow. You don't need to understand neural network architectures. AI literacy means understanding how to effectively work with AI systems, knowing how to prompt them, interpret their outputs, identify their limitations, and integrate them into your workflow. How AI makes decisions. Understanding, at least conceptually, what data the system is using, what patterns it's detecting, and where biases might creep in. When to trust AI and when to question it. Recognizing that AI is powerful but not infallible. knowing when to accept its recommendations and when to apply human judgment. The ethical implications. Understanding privacy concerns, bias risks, and the broader societal impacts of AI deployment. Think of it like financial literacy. You don't need to be an economist to manage your personal finances, but you need to understand basic concepts like interest, risk, diversification, and budgeting. AI literacy is the same thing. You don't need to be an AI engineer to thrive in an AI-transformed world, but you need to understand how to work with AI effectively. And the organizations that get this, the companies, schools, and governments investing in AI literacy training, are seeing remarkable results. Companies that have invested in AI literacy training have seen productivity increases of up to 40%. Because when workers understand how to leverage AI tools, they become dramatically more effective. They spend less time on manual data entry and more time on strategic thinking. They make better decisions faster. They innovate more effectively. Key insight: AI doesn't replace human intelligence. It amplifies it. But only if humans know how to use it well. The human element, what AI can't replace. With all this talk about AI capabilities, let's talk about something equally important: what AI can't do. 'Cause for all its power, AI has fundamental limitations. And understanding those limitations is just as important as understanding its capabilities. AI can't feel empathy, can simulate appropriate responses, but it doesn't actually care about your well-being. When you need emotional support, you need a human, not an algorithm. AI can't understand context the way humans do, can process vast amounts of data, but it struggles with nuance, irony, cultural references, and the thousand subtle signals humans use to communicate meaning. AI can't make ethical judgments, can be programmed with rules, but it can't weigh competing moral values the way humans do. Should we prioritize privacy or security? Individual rights or collective good? AI can't answer those questions, humans must. AI can't create truly original ideas, can remix existing concepts in novel ways, but genuine creativity, the kind that imagines something completely new, remains uniquely human. AI can't take moral responsibility. When a decision goes wrong, AI can't be held accountable. Only humans can bear the weight of responsibility for consequential choices. AI can't love, hope, or dream, can optimize, calculate, and predict, but it can't aspire to a better future or be moved by beauty or sacrifice for a cause it believes in. These aren't bugs in AI. They're features of humanity. And they're the reason why, no matter how advanced AI becomes, we'll still need human judgment, human creativity, human empathy, and human wisdom. The future isn't AI replacing humans. It's AI and humans working together, each contributing what they do best. Looking ahead, the next decade. So what does the next decade look like? Where is all this heading? Let me paint you a picture of 2035. In healthcare, your personal AI health monitor tracks your vital signs continuously, predicts potential health issues weeks before symptoms appear, and works with your doctor to create personalized prevention plans. Cancer becomes a chronic, manageable condition rather than a death sentence. Mental health AI provides 24/7 support, reducing the burden on overwhelmed healthcare systems. In education, every child has access to world-class, personalized education regardless of geography or family income. AI tutors adapt to each student's learning style, pace, and interests. Teachers focus on mentorship, creativity, and critical thinking rather than rote instruction. The achievement gap narrows dramatically. In work, most routine, repetitive tasks are automated. Humans focus on work that requires judgment, creativity, empathy, and strategic thinking. The average work week shrinks as productivity soars. Lifelong learning becomes the norm as people continuously acquire new skills to work with evolving AI systems. In agriculture, climate-smart AI systems help farmers adapt to changing conditions, maintaining food security even as the planet warms. Precision agriculture becomes standard, dramatically reducing environmental impact while increasing yields. Food waste drops as AI optimizes supply chains. In transportation, autonomous vehicles reduce traffic deaths by 90%. Cities redesign around pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure as car ownership declines. Delivery drones and robots handle last-mile logistics, reducing costs and emissions. In governance, AI-assisted policy analysis helps governments make more informed decisions. Citizen services become more responsive and efficient. Democratic participation increases as AI tools make it easier for people to understand complex issues and engage in civic life. In science, AI accelerates discovery across all fields, from new materials to new medicines to new understanding of physics and cosmology. Problems that would have taken decades to solve are cracked in years or months. This is the promise of AI. Not a dystopian robot takeover, not mass unemployment and social collapse, but a future where technology amplifies human potential, solves previously intractable problems, and creates abundance instead of scarcity. But that future isn't guaranteed. It requires intentional choices. We need to invest in education and retraining. We need to build robust ethical frameworks. We need to ensure the benefits of AI are widely distributed, not concentrated in the hands of a few. We need to have difficult conversations about privacy, bias, and accountability. Technology will advance regardless. Question is whether we'll guide it wisely. Conclusion. Let me bring this all together. Artificial intelligence isn't just changing how we work. It's fundamentally transforming what it means to be human. It's changing how we make decisions, how we learn, how we heal, how we create, how we connect. 68% of the decisions in your daily life are already influenced by AI. That number will only grow. But that doesn't mean humans are becoming obsolete. It means we're being freed from tedious, repetitive tasks to focus on what makes us uniquely human. Creativity, empathy, judgment, wisdom, love. The farmers using AI are still farmers, they're just more effective. The doctors using AI are still doctors, they're just more accurate. Teachers using AI are still teachers, they're just more able to reach every student. AI doesn't replace humanity. It reveals what's most essential about being human. And the most important takeaway from everything we've discussed today? The future isn't about artificial intelligence versus human intelligence. It's about how they can work together to solve problems we couldn't tackle before. Climate change, disease, poverty, inequality, educational gaps, food security. These are massive, complex challenges. Neither humans alone nor AI alone can solve them. But together we might just have a chance. The AI revolution is here. It's happening now. And each of us has a choice. We can resist it and be left behind. We can accept it passively and hope for the best. Or we can engage with it actively, learning, adapting, shaping it to reflect our values and serve our collective flourishing. I know which choice I'm making. How about you? Thanks for listening to the Duke Tyner podcast. I'm Summer, and I'll catch you next time. Till then, stay curious, stay adaptable, stay human.